I said, hey, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. I said, hey, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. We're gonna drink a fine whiskey and smoke a really fine cigar.
It is time for Happy Hour. It is the Man Cave Happy Hour. Whiskey, cigar, spirits, the stories that go along with it. I am Jamie Flanagan.
The Jamie Flanagan?
That is the fact, Jack.
All right. I am the Matt Fox.
I'm just August Giffley. Just a guy.
Hi, August.
Hi,
guys.
I love the Man Cave. This is kind of what it's all about. It's like the hokey pokey, turning your life around one step at a time.
Oh yeah.
And no, it's just getting together.
Well, it's nice to have the full band back together.
Having a little bit of fun.
I feel like the Stray Cats all of a sudden. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
You can be Brian Setzer, and that's the only guy I know from the Stray Cats.
Oh, they all got good hair, so I'm okay
Yeah,
with
there
that.
you go.
You can be Setzer.
Phantom Rocker and Slick, Slim Jim Phantom, and whatever. All right. So but yeah, so we're here today. We're gonna talk about the Whiskey Classic. We got a few people coming on to join the party, and we're gonna be recording live on site at the Whiskey Classic, and we wanted to do a little preview.
Yeah, I'm actually super excited about this event because we've actually done a few other whiskey events in the past.
Yeah.
Whiskey in the Winter. We did that one, and we did the
Good
other. Was it a Whiskey Classic or was Whiskey Business? Was the other one
Whiskey Business.
that was like episodes 4.1, 2, and 3.
the thing we had to slide around in our underwear though. It was really weird. It was
Oh,
That's
not what I'm signing up for this
different.
time. is it?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But today, coming up on the show, we're going to be talking to Sean from the Dancing Goat Distillery, Mike DeMacario. He's from Ranch Road, North Forest Cream, and the fellas from over at Traverse City Whiskey, Jesus and Jacob. It might be Jesus. I don't know. I'm sticking with Jesus. He's got a birthday coming, right?
Yes, he does.
All right, fair play.
Jesus does. Yes.
Yeah, we both do.
So, but there's going to be a lot of people at the Whiskey Classic. There's going to be a lot of different spirits, and there's more than just whiskey happening at the Whiskey Classic. There's like going to be like a little Vegas dealio going on, and as you wager and you win, you can put your winnings towards some of the prizes are like whiskey baskets and baskets full of spirits,
like a silent auction type deal.
Well, you take your winnings and you put them in the baskets.
Nice.
So yeah,
I'm a terrible gambler. I don't know if you guys know this
Gambling
or not.
for tickets.
Yes, I'm a terrible gambler. So
That's too bad. I'm okay at it.
on the hip parade coming in hot and heavy as far as the whiskeys go. Traverse City Whiskey, like we mentioned, we'll be talking to those guys. Screwball, Ranch Road, we'll be talking to them fellas. North Forest Cream, all part of the same thing. Our fine, friendly folks over at Beam Centauri, they are bringing the party. Tina and Sarah, they're a maybe for tonight. Who knows? It could happen. But we're talking Makers. We're talking Makers 46, Makers Cask, Basil Hayden Toast. You can give it a try.
Nice.
And we do Basil Hayden Dark Rye and Basil Hayden all the time.
Yeah.
We have not done the Basil Hayden Toast in the studio.
We have not.
So there's a Knob Creeks, the Knob Creek 12, the Knob Creek Rye, some of the Jim Beam expressions.
And this is why they created Lyft and Uber.
Yep. So it's tough when you have this many choices. 60 Men Bourbon, Henderson whiskeys. What else we got? We got the Glyph, our friends over at Glyph,
the molecular guys, those mad scientists.
Yes. We mentioned Dancing Goat, Filibuster Distillery.
Will there be clear distillates there as well?
Bowers Hill, 1835 flavored bourbon, Rainmaker, coffee flavored bourbon, and then some tequila, Padre Azul. Padre Azul. And then I should turn that dang email off. Select Club. Oh, Jamie, turn off your emails when you go to do a podcast. Send cocktails. There's going to be some Zinfandel. There'll be wines from 1,000 Stories.
Okay.
Hardy Falls Reds wines. Winter Whites wines. The RTD cocktails. The bartenders are going to be whipping up cocktails. PA Dutch ready to drink cocktails. And Bettini ready to drink cocktails, lemon drops, lime mojitos,
The
big
hottest thing going, man,
cranberries.
are those ready to make cocktails.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just did one. We got all jacked
The
up on
Coppercraft.
Coppercraft and
Yeah.
Ironfish. Yeah, we got all loopy on
Cracked a
that.
can, and what story was that?
So, and there'll be cigars there. Our friends at Godfather
Really?
are connecting and providing the other one, not the Rochester Road, but
No, the sons of Marty.
yes, those guys are going to be in there with the cigars. I don't know where you get to smoke, because this is the Packard Proving Ground. So Whiskey Classic, I didn't say that. The Whiskey Classic is happening coming up on December 17th. If you're catching this before it happens,
Yeah.
December 17th at the Packard Proving Grounds
In Shelby Township.
yeah, which is up on Van Dyke near M59,
I've not
north
been
M59.
there. My brother's been to some weddings there and says it's a phenomenal space.
I'm
for an event like
excited
this.
for it. Yeah.
It is.
It's just,
Well,
perfect.
We did one of the other podcasts we do, Detroit City of Champions. Your best buddy,
Oh yeah.
Charles, and I do
I know Charles.
Detroit City of Champions.
Does he need a ride? I'll give him a ride again.
Can we make a couple of stops? on the
Yeah,
way?
sure. Can you stop? I'm like, come on. Oh,
I gotta
okay.
get some groceries. Can we stop, please?
Something like
Oh my
that.
god. All right, I'm gonna talk bad about Charles.
We love
Because-
it.
Different
no,
story
because
for
we
a
did-
different night.
No, because we went to this thing in Portsmouth, Ohio, and it's like a 5-hour drive. And he's talking. He's like, I goes, oh, I'm talking too much. I go, dude, it's a 5-hour drive. Fill it. And if anybody can
And
fill
he
a
did.
5-hour drive,
He
Charles
did.
can fill it. It was great. It was fantastic. So, but anyway, we did a recording of Detroit City of Champions there when we were talking about the Miss America 10
Oh.
Gar Woods boat.
Yes.
It's there on site. It may be there, and then there's just a bunch of classic Packards there. It's a Packard museum. It really is. So I don't know if you'll be able to smoke cigars there or not, but the cigars are available.
Okay.
And then some VIP gambling. Like I said, there's with the VIP packages, there's some casino offerings, and you'll be able to play in the reindeer games, play in the casino games. So it should be kind of fun. You get a keepsake commemorative glass and a photo. There's entertainment going on. So the Whiskey Classic, it'll be a lot of fun and a lot of different things to taste. And what do you do? What do you try? Right? Because you can't try them all.
You can try.
Although Matthew and I, we do our damnedest to try them all, and then we're calling our.
And then we know what episodes
Oh.
4, 5, 6, and 7 sound like.
Yeah, it's
In a night.
it gets a little sloppy. So, but yeah, so the Whiskey Classic is coming on up, and it'll be a ton of fun at the Proving Grounds. I don't know if we can smoke though. I just
I was actually at a wedding this past weekend, and the groom actually had a bunch of short stories going around.
mhm.
Arturo Fuentes, little short stories going around.
oh, yeah.
So people were going outside for
Right.
3.5 minutes and smoking a short story and
Oh.
coming back in. So,
Only 3.5 minutes.
yeah, it's a short story.
That's all it takes me to.
Yep. Just suck it down.
Uh,
Like, wow, that hit me hard. I wonder why.
yeah. So it's a short event. It's from 6:30 to 10. It's at the thing.
That's plenty of time.
That's probably
Um,
just fine.
Probably more than
Yeah.
It's
It might end at 10, but the party continues.
any more than that is
Right.
just getting yourself into trouble. So but yeah, the different offerings, I'm pretty excited. Was there anything on that list that I shouted out that you're like, oh my god, I really want to try that? The Dancing Goat Distillery, I'm looking forward to. The Death's Door Gin is it limousine rye whiskey and limousine rye cask strength
Is it
whiskey?
limousine or limousine?
Limousine.
Because it's
Limousine?
because it's spelled limousine
Limousine?
without the E at the-
Limousine?
yeah, it's
Limousine?
spelled limousine without the E at the end. So that's why I'm thinking it's limousin.
Mm-hmm.
I could be totally off my rocker, which I
Yeah.
usually am. So
So, but there's a
Mhm,
lot of
mhm,
expressions
mhm,
here. Nulu, I want. There's so many of these I want to try and that's the great thing about one of these whiskey events is you can kind of meander into something that you haven't really played around with and as of yet, or and then there's plenty of cocktail and wine categories for people. I don't like bourbon.
Right.
I don't like whiskey,
that's why I was
which
asking.
which
if
is
there's-
fine.
Yeah, that's why I was asking if there's going to be clear liquids there, or clear distillates there, because a lot of folks don't really enjoy the darker distillate, if you will.
Right. So,
So-
no, there will be there's a collection of clears as well.
Clears.
So that's it. So August, you were rushing in here because do you want to give a little shout out to the people who were very, very generous as we head into this holiday season?
Oh yeah,
It's something separate, but
it's something separate, but it's great to.
yeah, just what were you were donating some toys? Right?
I'm on the board of directors of the Detroit Friendship House, the food pantry in the city of Hamtramck, where I spent
Fantastic.
8 years as the city clerk of. And even though I'm now in Clawson, I still am very loyal to the Ham town, and I still do my charity work down there because
Love it.
they need it more than Clawson does.
Yeah.
And I got our friends at Quality Roots, one of the dispensaries in Hamtramck, one of the first ones to open up. And the Clark brothers also own Toyology.
Wow.
And the Toyology store. So I was shaking them down for some money for the Friendship House. And they said, how about $2,500 for the toys for your Santa shop?
Awesome.
And I said, oh.
And for those that
Okay.
don't know what Toyology is, help us understand what do they do at Toyology?
Toyology is the only thing I can compare it to is my favorite toy store, Whistle Stop on the east side.
Okay.
It is it doesn't have the models per se and as much as the model and the toy train stuff, but it's a lot of educational toys, STEM toys, which is actually what I was looking for. I didn't want to just have a whole Santa shop full of race cars and Barbie dolls. I wanted some things that, some building toys and some like magnetic building block things. And that's what they gave us. It was great. A lot of STEM toys.
Erector
So,
sets.
Yeah, things like that.
All right.
Yeah. So that's the majority of what we got. And I'm really thrilled with everything they gave us. It was even all packed up for us in 8 nice big boxes full of toys. So we picked it up today. And so we're very grateful to all of them for all their help and support and for helping out the Detroit Friendship House.
So cool that you donate your time for that.
Well, we got another big event coming up in January. We'll be at the Kroger in Troy, where we stand in front of the Kroger and inside, and we get people to buy food for us.
Oh,
We hand them a shopping list as they walk in. He goes, "If you want to donate anything, do it when it's $5. Like, come by, they'll go through drop it in the shopping carts, and we'll get toothpaste and green beans. And
Oh, that's awesome.
That's very
non-perishable
cool.
items. So we'll man the Kroger store. And it's a great event. We
There's
get
a- there's
bags and bags of food.
There's a few K Rogers in Troy. Which one is it? The one on Coolidge or the one on John R?
The one on Coolidge, I believe.
Excellent.
We'll talk about that in January.
All
It's
right,
not
fair
till January
enough.
21st. I can come back and recruit
just-
people
that's
for that
cool.
one.
Well,
Just
the
trying to
night-
get people to put that in their budget right now.
The other nice thing about the Whiskey Classic, it is a charity. It is a fundraiser because the Packard Museum is totally self-funded. And is totally run by volunteers. So a lot of the money that's raised here at the Whiskey Classic, people coming to this event, is going to go to maintain this place because it's such a being the Motor City, there's brands and there's cars that are disappearing and they're doing everything they can to preserve the history. Funny aside, I'm cleaning out my parents' house, right? My mom moved into assisted living and she's like, can you guys just wrap up that house in Detroit for me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks,
Mom.
So we're down. I'm filling out throwing out papers and going through this filing cabinet and their taxes from when they were single in the 50s. They still had their, I'm like, Ma, you have to save your taxes for 7 years, not 70. So, so off to the shredder we
You
went.
never know.
That's right. You never know.
Just
I actually
saying.
feel like they should be leading in the website with the charity stuff.
Yeah.
The Whiskey Classic events hosted in conjunction with the Packard Motor Car Foundation and
Yeah.
raises money for the restoration of the buildings and the main gates. I mean,
Yeah, so this is gonna go to
they're
the main-
burying some of the lead here.
I know. So it's a chance to have a little fun and do a little good. With the filing cabinet in my folks' basement, it had a Packard Motor Company asset tag on it.
Really?
Wow.
And it's like, so, and this thing was in our house in
Jeez.
Detroit, and then it was in their house in Sterling Heights, and then their second house in Sterling Heights that we got to clean out. And so,
All three, huh?
so yeah, and it might have been in the house on Nevada in Detroit. We were,
Wow.
yeah. So the 2 houses in Detroit, but so apparently, because I had asked my mom, I was like, "Where did this filing cabinet come from?" She's like, "Oh, I don't know." She goes, "But I know your dad, bought some stuff at an auction when they were closing down all the Packard. and
That would be
clearing out
where it came from.
and I think he might have bought it there." I'm like, "Oh wow, cool." But so we like I said, we had done that episode of the Detroit City of Champions there on site, and I got to know a few of the curators, and I took a picture of it, just kind of like, haha, look at this, I got to lug this thing to the curb. He's like, what are you doing with it? And I'm like, I don't know. Do you want it? And they're like, let me check with my procurement people.
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah.
And
Has
he
that
was like,
asset
so
tag
the
on it.
procurement guy called me back, and I don't want to say the word again. And
Procurement?
procurement.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, we'll take it. I go, it's in the basement. And I go, these are heavy AF. And he's like, yeah, I got a couple guys will come. So the couple guys that came over, made me look young and spry.
Oh, okay. Okay, but it was,
And I'm
You're
like,
only pushing 45.
yeah. So
mentally.
yeah, no. So these cats were all both in their mid late 60s, right? And I'm like, oh man.
Did you feel bad?
Apparently, I'm carrying this out.
Yeah.
So the younger of the two, and I, we got out of the basement into his truck, and they sent us a nice thank you letter for donating
file
the
cabinet.
cabinet.
you know how
Filing
many
cabinet.
filing cabinets I've thrown away in my life? You know how many I've busted the locks out of to get open in the basements of city halls?
with
Yeah.
with
Wow, yeah.
Packard
Not with Packard logo, but
asset tags on
no,
it. Yeah,
but
so
they're old.
Oh, yeah.
the file cabinets.
those big
are-
old file cabinets.
You put it on Facebook. I need a file cabinet. Watch how many friends you really have. They'll all, oh, you take the come get
like
this
that
damn
meme
thing.
with the hot dogs
Ding,
flying
ding,
towards
ding.
your face.
Yes, right.
Yeah. Right,
you come
right.
get it. It's yours. Yeah, I know it's mine if I come get it. You want
Like
you don't want it.
like a piano. Ooh,
Yeah.
too soon?
No, not at all. Actually, not at all.
Another-
I lugged that shit out to the curb months ago.
So yeah, it's like there. I just on I look at Craigslist free because I'm a pack rat and just a scavenger, and so there are like 2 baby grands, like nice looking baby grands,
Really?
on Craigslist free right now. Yeah. And I'm like,
Are you tempted?
no, yeah, a little, but we got this whole new room, so we could maybe throw it in there. Have a piano player come and play live while we're doing the podcast.
You let me know what day you're moving that in,
And you'll be somewhere
and
else.
I'll be somewhere else. Absolutely
Yeah,
correct.
I'll make sure that's the day I'm putting the Christmas lights up or something.
I think
Mm,
we'll
taking
I
them
think we'll
down,
be
whatever.
somewhere else. Yes.
So but so yeah, no, the Packard Proving Grounds, it's all volunteers, like these old cats that came over to my house to collect this filing cabinet, to build this collection of historical pieces. I'm gonna guess that they're just gonna use it as a filing cabinet, but they have in their archives, they have like newspaper clippings and photos and like old, like when the Detroit Free Press and then the News like purged their photos, they got a bunch of like the Packard related
Okay.
photos,
Nice.
so yeah, so they have just these filing cabinets and stuff. So I'd imagine they would just probably just use it for, it'll be cool to have a Packard
put
filing
some
cabinet
stuff
in
in it.
with all the other
Yeah,
stuff
funniest stuff.
they got for the charity, so but it's the money from this whiskey classic is gonna go to the charity. And just check my email here real quick. Sorry, we got a couple guests lined up. Like I said,
Yes.
our first guest is going to be Sean from Dancing Goat, but he hasn't chimed in yet. So
No
we were
worries.
just kind of
So I got to tell you,
ad lib until we get Sean here.
the past few episodes, it's been Jamie and you, August, and I got to tell you, you guys have a great way of conversating with one another. I actually enjoyed listening to the two of you
Oh,
talk about.
isn't he sweet?
Yeah.
Aw.
No, I'm telling you.
And all I
You
do
guys-
is talk crap about myself when I get on this microphone and how terrible I am at this. But
because I've missed being on the show. I've been life happens for a reason.
Sure.
But to sit back and listen to the two of you kibitz about whatever you're drinking, I'm so sorry I missed a couple of them because
Yeah.
they sounded amazing.
Oh yeah. We've had some good
there's
stuff.
no coincidence there.
I wouldn't put that past you in any way, shape, or form.
Well, it is.
Nothing but the best.
We did the Array of Old Forester.
Yes, we had that wonderful
Yep.
Old Forester conversation
Oh,
with
yeah.
my cousin chiming in from Louisville,
Oh, yeah.
who we gave the wrong directions on when to buy the bottle release to. The Old Forester guy.
Oops.
Like, that cousin's due to have his
People are-
first kid any minute now.
Oh,
Yeah. Anytime in the next week. So
Merry Christmas.
shout out to Phil and Baby K.
There we go.
Because well, that speaking of babies, our next guest, Mike Mercurio, just he and his wife. Well, not he, because I'm sure his wife had the baby.
Yeah.
Unless he's some
he
sort of-
donated. Yeah.
Unless he's some sort of seahorse or something that we don't know about. But yeah, up next is going to be Mike, Ranch Road and the North Forest Cream. So we're hoping that Mike joins us here momentarily.
Yes, please.
So yeah, we'll edit some of this out.
That's all good.
We'll just
We're live.
edit down some of the dead spots here.
And
as
say,
we-
do we know what the cost for someone to enjoy the whiskey classic is by
Matt,
chance?
don't ask me stupid questions I don't have answers to.
I do my best, man.
No, but the thing is, well, here's the deal. Here's the great thing is that
Okay.
if you there's a link on the Man Cave Happy Hour Facebook page.
Mhm.
I've posted it up in several of the bourbon clubs that would allow such posting shenanigans. And I think Augie might have pushed it out. I pushed it out on my personals
Couple
as well.
times, yeah.
You can get a discount through the link that we put up there on the Man Cave Happy Hour and through our socials. So you can get buy one, get one half off, or buy 3, get 1 free, which is the exact same math. It depends if 2 people are coming or 4. But same math. Excellent deal either way.
Yep. It's going to be anywhere between $37.50 to maybe 65-ish or so.
Right. Yeah, but you get up into that
person.
VIP, you get that. That's where you get into the casino stuff. If you want to play some blackjack at Texas Hold'em for fun and prizes, you get in there. And so you can buy like additional, and like people who like to buy into the poker and stuff. I don't know. It's just, people love their poker, man.
They do.
They're just playing.
They do.
And there's prizes. You can put your chips in. You turn in your chips. By 10 o'clock, there'll be a drawing, and you don't have to be present to win the drawing. And yeah, again, they're cool baskets and prizes, whiskey related prizes and swag. So
come hungry too.
Oh yeah. Oh yep.
Because they got food trucks hanging out.
Yes.
Right?
Some of the Detroit's best food trucks.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Everyone loves a good food truck.
Well, food truck and drink. Come on, what could be better?
And Mike and Friends, Detroit's best whiskey drinking band.
Mark Ratenga.
Mark. Oh, did I say Mike?
Yeah, it's Mark. Marky Mark Ratenga.
Ratenga.
I don't have the notes in front of me, so I'm not going to correct anybody.
Ratenga.
I'll correct him.
Well, yeah, no, please.
all
Constantly, I need correction in my life.
But they'll have their cars out, because we'll be on the proving grounds. They should have some of the classic cars out there as well. It's going to be a wonderful event.
Yep. There are two main buildings. They're kind of connected with a breezeway. So yeah, it's something to behold. So I'm gonna guess the smoking will have to happen outside regardless. They'll probably have a smoking section. The drinking and dancing will be in the one big pavilion where they do weddings and parties. And then
you got to bring your
the museum is in the next.
You got to bring your gear
with the cars.
You got to bring your gear.
My DJ gear?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, this is enough gear to handle.
It might be in a car. Yeah, it might be. I always have my mini mixer with me, so if I have to plug in and play, I could.
It does look like the weather is going to hold up too.
Yeah,
the rest of the country's getting hit with these storms, and we're going to be okay. We get a little wet on Wednesday, but it's going to be dry and just like, well, you never know. It's Michigan weather. It could change tomorrow. It'll change. It will change tomorrow. It'll change every day until then. But as of right now, expect a nice weather forecast for Sunday's Whiskey Classic event.
Love it.
Getting out there and enjoying it.
First day of Saturday NFL football too.
Is it? Oh yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, it's like early games.
Because of the holidays.
I'm thinking Saturday's going to be a fantastic day.
Regardless. Yes.
I've cleared my calendar. This is the only thing on my list.
This is actually the first Saturday that I actually can say that I've officially retired from the DJ business.
Ooh. Really?
Is this a bittersweet moment? So you're saying you are bringing your equipment then?
I am not.
I can jump out of a phone booth, and suddenly have a vest on and a pork belly hat, and I can just be the DJ guy with character.
I'm DJ.
I did. I was actually plugging because it was like when we first connected with her, it was like entertainment to be announced, and I'm like,
I am announceable.
I'm like,
I'm super.
I can be announced.
We have there is a Canadian DJ that's invited who's a maybe on the guest list today.
Oh, nice.
The guy with that odd last name,
31-year veteran of Canadian Detroit radio. Yeah. So, but try.
You haven't heard anything from him yet at all. One way or the other.
Danged to get him over there. No, he's invited, and he's like, as long as
he responded one way or the other.
Not absolute affirmative, no.
But you've had contact. Contact has been made with the alien life form that is the one and only. Okay.
Greg Gnipp. I'll just drop the name. Okay. Gnipp might be coming. So
I would absolutely love to have a beverage with Mr. Gnipp.
Last time I saw him, we were drinking at the whiskey.
Right.
Was it when we sabotaged Conrad's trunk?
Yes.
Sabotage. We kind of surprised him and popped the lock on his trunk and had a crazy amount of bourbon in his trunk.
We took advantage of that trunk.
We did.
Oh,
we did.
It was fun.
some lovely that one real high end bourbon provided by his brother-in-law who coaches for the Miami Dolphins.
Mm.
Oh, I
uh,
thought you were going
Christmas
the other
present.
way with the that eagle.
Which was provided by
Lusty
his sister,
Claw.
who was married to the coach of the Miami Dolphins with that whatever it was
Oh.
called, like Eagle Raw or something. It wasn't
Lusty
Eagle Rare.
Claw.
Lusty Claw.
Lusty Claw. Yeah, it wasn't Eagle Rare. It was like Eagle Raw.
Lusty Claw.
Or Eagle Well
funny.
Done. It was like awful.
That thing sells for like $85.
Yeah, it was
It's
not-
a
that was not
novelty just because of the bottle.
It's
It
horrific.
wasn't a tasty beverage.
Hey,
I mean, we
you wanna-
choked. We
you wanna-
didn't dump any of it.
No,
we
but
didn't
you want
throw
to
it
drink
away.
something that smells like ash? Here, try this.
Yeah.
Hey, some people pay a lot of money for that sooty scotch. You know,
Mm.
they want it to smell like charcoal paste.
Well, Jamie's a big peat guy. Is that kind of like the same?
No,
mantra?
ash and peat are different
No.
animals.
Okay.
Yeah. I do like a scotch makes me crazy.
It
I
just
get-
makes
I
me
get-
sick. I don't
I
like
get
it.
crazy.
It does not work on me.
Well,
I just-
tequila makes your pants fall off. So
tequila. I lose my trousers, generally speaking.
Well, all of it in general. So,
now I'm looking forward to being with you guys this Saturday.
yeah.
Really am. And you know, our guests will pop in here.
Yeah.
Knock on wood here real quick. But
reverberate on
yeah,
Formica.
reverberations will go on. But honestly, I haven't been able to get out that much because you know life kind of took over and my social life has been nil. But really looking forward to being out with you guys.
Well, congratulations for all the things in your life.
Hey, you know what? I think
I'm gonna leave it there.
yep. Yeah, I think I used the word. I think I used the word stable last time you asked
Yeah.
that question, and I was still holding true right now. So
New work,
new work, new world, is
new
what I got.
world. It's an happiness in the world. So
Yes,
it's always good to see. It's always good to see my friend Matt Fox happy.
you've seen me happy.
I know.
You've seen this
Well,
is the
I mean,
happiest you've seen me.
I
I'll
got
tell
that
you
phone call saying you're not going to see me on the podcast. I'm going to focus on life. And I'm like, Matt, you're not capable of this. You're going to come back stronger than ever. And I'm going to see you at a podcast in the next 3 months.
Yep,
And,
and
we're
here we
going
are.
to DJ and dance at a bar somewhere. And we're going to do all this. You're going to be back on top. And that rise is I'm witnessing the rise right now.
Well,
Yeah.
here's my question, right?
say
So you
rise?
retired from bartending at the Whiskey.
Right.
I retired from bartending, period. And then everyone took out bingo cards and did the whole calendar of how long it was going to take before I started bartending again.
And
how
the next
long?
thing I know, you're like, "Hey, I'm up at Baker Street. Come on up, watch the World Cup."
Yeah.
I'm bartending.
Yeah, my buddy
I'm like,
bought
what?
Baker Streetcar Bar,
Okay.
and he's like,
so a friend purchased it.
yeah, friend purchased it,
Okay.
and he's like, and I'm like, hey, if you want to get, before you're renovating, when you're in the middle of renovating a bar, there's not a whole lot of character to it,
Right.
You take the things off the wall that was always there, what was there that
Sure.
everyone knew, you kind of take out and you kind of redo things.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, hey, I'll come babysit a bar for you for a little while. He goes, yeah, but we don't like to be open past 10 or 11. I'm like, don't threaten me with the perfect bar shift. 4 o'clock to 10:30, and then I can kick them all over to whiskey in the jar,
Yeah.
and included, I'm included
Yeah.
with a couple bucks in my pocket, and go see Mikey or whoever's working. So
I was curious
Yeah,
how
it
that
worked out.
worked. If it was an intentional, I'm retiring. Oh, look, I'm down the streets.
well, I'm not going to go back to whiskey, that's for sure.
Fair play.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I'll love them, support them, go there
Yes.
all the time. I'm not going to work for that proprietor again. But
Fair enough.
And this is not really bartending. I'm not.
No.
As soon as they get their act together and their whole spiel, I'll step aside for professional bartenders.
Yeah.
This is what they do,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
they want those shifts on Friday nights. That's gold shifts for people. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna keep that from anybody. But I told them I wasn't going to work at all in December, and then I'm like, well, I don't have much else going on right now. Some life changes happen. So
Yeah.
Right.
if I got a Christmas party, I'll take off.
And World Cup, and you get
Yeah.
some people excited about watching soccer with you.
Yeah, and then we had a full
and-
bar. I had
yeah.
every bar stool filled. And it's a lot
Yep.
bigger bar. It's like double the size of whiskey. It's 16 bar stools,
Yes,
not 8.
it's it
full-size
stretches.
bar.
It's gargantuan comparatively.
There's
Oh, yeah.
only 2 or 3 chairs.
My favorite thing, although
It
we were
was-
there and we were doing the thing, and so we're there
Oh,
watching
the games.
watching the game and playing songs on the jukebox over at the Whiskey.
Yeah.
So we were playing things that you may not necessarily want to hear if you were actually sitting in
Yeah,
a
there's some
bar.
Chipmunks Christmas coming on. There was
Oh my
I know,
god!
I sent Ricky Martin, which wouldn't have offended me. I would have been fine.
Yeah,
with Ricky
yeah,
Martin.
yeah.
But they couldn't. And the thing is,
Dun, dun,
because
dun,
it's
dun,
being
dun,
redone. They have the they changed ownership, so the jukebox at Baker is out.
Mm.
So there isn't one there right now. So there's no retaliation, which is
So
almost
our
unfair.
fun that we had to have was just harassing the people.
Yes, at our friendly sister bar.
There it is.
friendly,
There it is.
friendly.
Hey, fellas, we actually I would love to welcome one of our guests.
Oh,
for the
Mike
evening.
Mike is here, right?
Yeah,
Is it-
Mike is here. I'm going
Mike.
to invite him into the stream
Yay!
and say, Mike, how you doing? Welcome to the Man Cave.
Thanks for having me. Doing well. How about you guys?
excellent. So Mike DiMacario.
Yep.
All right, not going to say it again. All right, Mike,
Get it right.
got it
Get it
right
right.
once.
And
Move
just-
it along.
Yep.
All right, buddy, you're the regional sales manager for Ranch Road and North Forest Cream. We've been chatting it up about the Whiskey Classic happening here, coming on up, and we're looking forward to. You're going to be the Ranch Road and the North Forest Cream are going to be some of the offerings here coming up at the Whiskey Classic. Mike, are you going to be in town for that yourself?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So I'm
Woohoo.
actually pretty local. I'm out of pretty much Macomb County. So that's right down the street for me.
Literally, yeah.
Then why aren't you here?
You know,
He's got a good reason.
I just had a child 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations.
A beautiful baby girl. So very excited.
Congrats.
Hey,
Awesome.
I got
Thank
3 of them, my friend. You and I are going to share a few stories
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Saturday.
He's very much on daddy duty. So,
Oh, yeah.
but Mike, so when we're at the Whiskey Classic, we'll have you sit down with us if you can catch a break and sit down for like 10, 15 minutes and give us the whole backstory about the Ranch Road and North Forest Cream. But just really quickly, what are you going to have for people to sample? What spirits will be there for us to sample?
So on the North Forest Cream side, which are non-dairy cream liqueurs, kind of think like the Midwest version of Bailey's, right? The biggest thing is we're just non-dairy. Our pretty much our big guy is our North Forest Cream Maple Bourbon Pecan Cream. That's usually our top seller. It doubles as a bourbon cream, but then anything you can use for like a Bailey's or rum chata. So put in your coffee, cocoa, vodka, if you like a nice White Russian. That's usually the big guy. But we just had our new release, espresso. So we needed more of a standard flavor. And then with the popularity of the espresso martini, we found our guess more standard flavor with espresso. So you get a little chocolate, little vanilla, and when you add a little vodka, you got a 2-ingredient espresso martini. So we'll have that batched as well with just straight pours and then espresso martini.
Wow.
We're also going to carry our pumpkin, our peppermint vanilla, and then our maple walnut, which is another part of our maple series on the cream end. And then Ranch Roadside, that's our small batch bourbon, whiskeys, and ryes. We'll have our straight bourbon, which is our Platinum Award winner of the Great Spirits Competition. We'll have our rye, and then our blended whiskey.
Wow.
All right. So Ranch
couple
Road,
things.
yeah, it's it sounds
Just a few.
it's you only get so many drink tickets. It's like I just spent 5 in this booth. What am I doing? What am I?
That's
I'm always
the
looking,
goal.
I'm not afraid of a good blended whiskey
Yeah.
because these is someone like a professional person is there to make this taste as good as it can get.
Mhm,
Right.
mhm.
Mhm.
So some people shy away from that. They want their small batch. I'm like, give me a blended whiskey that I know is going to taste the same when I buy it today, tomorrow, the next month. That's what I want. I am not afraid of the blended. So I'll be trying that one because I'm looking for a good house blended now.
Well, so this one, if you like a nice, high corn in your bourbon or your whiskeys, big thing with this is 86% corn,
Oh
10%
wow.
rye, and about 4% barley. So you can make a nice cocktail with it, and if you like a sweeter style whiskey, it's right up your alley. Kind of fitting in that new
Oh, yeah.
light whiskey area now.
Yeah, I mean, if I mix it at all, I mix it with like a light ginger ale or a diet ginger ale.
Okay.
Occasionally, I do the ginger beer, but there's just so much sugar already, and it gets so much. It's just I like
Yeah.
just a little bit of ginger every once
So
in a while.
what's the proof? Where's this coming in at proof wise?
Yeah.
So our whiskey's at 80 proof. It's a lot like I said, you're either mixing it or you're having it on the rocks. It's kind of our top seller at our tasting room because we can do a lot with it. So we'll be batching a cocktail actually with this. It's called Midwest Nog. So it'll be mixed with our maple bourbon pecan from North Forest, our whiskey, a little bit of maple syrup, and then cinnamon sticks. So
That
kind
was
of
my
our take
nickname in
on
college.
Midwest Nog.
Yeah.
I thought it was cinnamon
No.
sticks.
Well, that was after college, and I wasn't trying to pay for it.
Oh. So the distillery is in Kasota, Minnesota.
Yeah, it's probably the most Minnesota thing you'll ever hear. Kasota,
Kasota?
Minnesota.
It's a soda.
So yeah, so where it's about an hour outside of Minneapolis, and then the closest big city is Mankato, which is about 20 minutes out.
Nice.
And the parent company is what's the name of the parent company? What wines?
So Chankaska Creek Ranch Winery and Distillery. We're actually one of the top wineries in Minnesota.
Okay.
And then they started with wine, got into the cream end, and then started distilling. And our head distiller, John Taylor, he's a stud. The guy is very talented. He came from a Gallo house and then came to us, and he's a California guy. So he's got some deep experience and very talented, and he's showing it out in market. So it's been fun.
Is he going to be joining you at the Whiskey Classic this weekend?
No, he's not. He's too cool for me, I think. We got to get him into Michigan for some visits. Like I said, he's kind of like a walking encyclopedia of knowledge, man. It's a good guy to have. So we got to get him here in market.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
So I just
You can dominate the questions.
But no,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
as
yeah.
far as once people come to the tasting and they try this, is this a Michigan product readily available throughout the state?
100%. So big thing is we're really focused in Metro Detroit, and now we're kind of spreading out. Big thing, I had a background in Macomb and Oakland for a long time, so kind of built it out this way, and then now we're up in Traverse City, we're up in Petoskey, and now we're kind of trying to spread through the state, and we're in 10 other states as well right now.
Okay. All right. So how will people listening wherever, whenever, however, is there a way to find the different locations that you're available at?
So yeah, ranchroadspirits.com and then northforestcream.com. It actually has little bottle notifications where we're actually located. So say you look it up and you're in Macomb County and next to Packard at the event, Nino Savaggio right there's got it. A&B Liquor, so it'll pull up everything around you. You know what I'm saying? And we're there.
Awesome.
What's a bottle of this American blend going to set me back?
You're looking retail about $45.99.
Right there in the Buffalo Trace family, and
that's a
Michter's right there. What I'm looking at,
that's like a perfect gift amount as far as bourbon goes. Because you don't want to break the bank to buy a bourbon. You don't want to go $200 bottle because it's all there.
I'll take a $200 bottle. Man.
Okay,
you can go ahead and do
but
that.
for me in my pocket,
Go ahead.
no, that's a perfect amount for a really nice gift for a loved one or a friend.
The big thing too with the story is it all comes from our still. So it's no MGP. It's all from our still. So you're getting that small batch, style, which is
right. Just
just
professionally mixed up. Right.
So on the preservation of these, when you crack a bottle of something in the cream family here, how long is that going to last when you open it up and get it rocking and rolling?
So big thing why we're kind of doing well in market is we're non-dairy. So as soon as you crack it, I mean, you got about 2 years on it.
Okay.
The big thing is you don't have to refrigerate it. You don't have to do anything like that. You just got to shake it before you use it.
Booze keeps it preserved. It's like science.
Science, right? So yeah, you don't have to refrigerate it. It is really it keeps its life long after you open it. The biggest thing, if you like it in the fridge, have it in the fridge, just like your Bailey's or rum chata.
Yeah.
But yeah, the non-dairy factor really helps us out with shelf life.
So the non-dairy factor is if people are lactose intolerant or if dairy products, give them a hard time. Have you found that people can assimilate or consume this fairly well?
So it's the cream that they can consume. That's been pretty cool. And like I said, with that maple bourbon pecan, that duels as a bourbon cream. So if you have that person that likes a Buffalo Trace but can't have the cream, Well, we have the Midwest version.
can't
of it.
find
Just
it.
add maple. Well, there's the other part of that, right? If I
Yeah.
find it, you got to grab it. But yeah, it's so we fit in perfectly with that lactose intolerant consumer.
Yeah.
Speaking my language.
I like it.
I didn't know that. I learned something about you every day.
Don't you though?
He's very sensitive. He's very
Yes, I have a sensitive stomach. Yes.
very, very sensitive. All right. So, but yeah, when we get you sit down, we'll talk about the origins in the background. But Mike, I jumped right over this. I don't know why.
How did you jump over this?
I don't know. But
Go on.
Mike, tell me about your childhood.
There it is.
There it is. Yes. Waiting for that.
Tell me about your childhood. So I was born and raised in Macomb County. I'm actually from East Point, Michigan. Went to East Detroit High School. So
I feel like I'm in a Bob Seger song all of a sudden.
Yeah, so did my dad.
All right, go ahead, go.
you know, so Shamrock for life.
Yeah.
And yeah, I attended Central Michigan University after that. Met my
Fire
wife
Up.
there. Fire Up Chips.
Yep.
You know, met my wife there. Got 2 beautiful children. 12 years later, and yeah.
What
man.
brought you into the spirits industry?
So I actually started in bars. I was in security, and then I worked over into management. The hours got me a little bit. Working till 5 a.m. I was like, all right, I need to switch up. So ended up getting into beer. I worked for Magic Cat Brewing Company and then Griffin Claw Brewing Company.
Nice.
Later went over to Powers Distributing. And so got into beer, which was awesome.
Was it the Griffin Claw that was at Crooks in 59?
Yep.
All right.
So it was like a 3-way partnership between Magic Cat, Griffin Claw, and the distributor, where I was kind of the brand guy. So I did all the events, all that fun stuff, represented both brands, but then got in the on-premise at Powers. And then I'm like, well, I kind of want to try something else. And then these guys had an ad out, and the spirit, I've always loved spirits. I missed bartending and got back into spirits, man. And it's been awesome. Great company to work for, great family.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, man, it's fun.
I'm big fans of all those beers you talked about. In fact, I got to say a little fare thee well retirement to Mr. Dan Rogers from Griffin Claw, who moved to Florida. I saw him at the Fall Autumn Beer Festival.
He's one of the best brewers out, man, that's ever done it.
Yeah, he's the godfather around here. I introduced him to a buddy of mine that owns North Point Brewing, and he took a knee in front of Dan Rogers. I'm like, that's a little weird, dude. But he's like, no, this is the Dan Rogers. I'm like, yeah, just the guy from my feather bowling team.
We're
What?
not worthy.
That's exactly how
Pretty
they act.
much, dude. Like, you'd have a conversation where you're like, man, this guy is just awesome, and I don't think I'm on that same level,
Yeah.
But he was cool as hell, man.
Yeah, he dreams recipes that are just killer, and he's the best and the best guy.
For sure. Anytime I see him on tap, I'm getting it. It's automatic.
Right on. So, Mike, we're gonna, like I said, the Whiskey Classic is coming up this Saturday, December 17th.
Yes, sir.
If you get this before that, join us, and you'll be able to meet Mike and sample some of these
And
awesome,
see pictures of his kids.
Yes, and pictures of the baby girl, Ranch Road North Forest cream. So you got to bring some of these creams over because I'd really like to try some of the creams.
I like to see that smile come back to Matt's face without the farts that follow it up.
Aw, thanks, August.
Yeah.
But yeah, we appreciate you taking a little bit of time tonight, breaking away from daddy duties for a minute to talk a little whiskey with us.
Well, I really appreciate it, guys, and thank you for the time. And yeah, I'll get some samples over to you, man. Like I said, if you like maple, the maple bourbon pecan is kind of our big guy. The maple walnut's its own thing, and yeah, man, we would love to get some stuff over to you.
I'm saving room for it.
Yes.
We're in,
Perfect.
man. All right, Mike. We'll see you soon, and looking forward to the tasting. Cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers.
sir. We'll see
Thank
you
you,
soon.
guys.
Thanks, Mike.
All right,
It's a
cool.
good sound, isn't it?
It is.
It is a great sound.
Dave, there's there's glasses in the plaid. There's ice in there
Gotta get a microphone working
as
for him?
well.
We'll bring our next guest in here in a moment because we'll hang in there. We'll be right with you. But Mike, I cannot wait to meet Mike in person.
Mike.
Mike. It's going to be a lot of fun understanding, more of the history of, Ranch Road Distillery and all
Yeah.
the other stuff that they have going on.
I
I'm
do.
really
I
looking
do.
forward to that.
I do. We got more fun on the way, on tap. We
Yes.
are there's a little sneak treat if people are watching on the Facebook or YouTube.
Yeah.
They can see what's happening there. Traverse City Whiskey Company. We got us a fresh bottle. It's a fresh
I've
crack.
heard of them.
It's
I've
not-
heard of them.
It's a
Have
you've
you?
heard of them.
Have you?
Yeah. It's a fresh crack here. It's gonna be I don't know if you want Dave, you want to wait for this because we're gonna get yourself our next show coming up here at the Podcast Your Voice Studios is going to be the Motor City Hypnotist, and Dave Wright, the Motor City Hypnotist himself, is here. I told him we're gonna be on. I said, Dave.
Oh, there I am.
he
They,
goes,
they were cutting me off. They said your time's not to
We
learn
don't
the
let the
clock.
hypnotist
You're not
have-
talking yet.
We do not let the hypnotist have a microphone. We're in the middle of a show.
Actually, they'll put the microphone back as soon as the hypnotist is drunk. That's
You are-
that's the
It's
whole
like-
catch.
you are getting happy. You are getting very happy. So, but yes, so it's see, I notice nobody's getting sleepy during the man cave.
Oh no,
No.
not at
We get
all.
happy during the man cave, and because we like to taste whiskeys and find out the stories behind it, and a great way to try whiskeys, like we've been talking about, is heading over to a whiskey classic. And we just lost,
lost our
Jesus.
guy.
We lost
Yeah.
Jesus.
He might
Well,
be-
I could say that a long time ago, to be honest. The joke was just waiting to be said. I got it out of the way
So-
when he wasn't here, so I don't feel so guilty about
Well,
it.
I mean,
but-
we're showing off the product.
and I went to Catholic school, man.
Maybe he'll be coming back. He's
shook
like,
that.
he's
He
gonna
might pop in.
He's going to put me
Hopefully.
on or not. But anyway, we're going to try the Traverse City whiskey. And what I have here is the straight bourbon whiskey, right? So they have, because Traverse City's known for, it's with cherries.
Yeah,
It's
the cherry
the
whiskey
cherry
is kind of
festival.
that's the one that kind of but their cherry whiskey there was the flagship. That's the first one I had.
Mhm.
I'm like, well, that's the one I'm going to go with because that's what we do well here, right?
I'm curious. Well, yeah, I'm curious. What came first, the whiskey or the cherry?
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So did they do the whiskey or did they do a cherry whiskey and said, oh well, we should just do a
I
straight
almost
up
want to
whiskey?
think that's a rhetorical question. What came
Yeah.
first, the whiskey or the cherry?
Yeah,
Or the cherry whiskey.
the cherry whiskey.
Well, because I'm going to sell you the cherry.
Well, the cherries came
came
first,
first.
but
Okay. All right.
as far as in their lineup,
As long as you're not bringing chickens into this.
No, no chickens. No
in the-
lips.
in
Yeah.
their hit parade, we'll do that. So, all right. Well, while we're waiting for Jesus to get back to us, well, Jesus,
Thank you, Jesus.
Hey, my name's August. I do make very few name jokes. Very few. Very
Never
few.
heard that before.
Hey, we're back.
Here he
So,
comes. All right, let's
all
let's
right.
bring him in.
Let's make sure he's actually there.
Yep, he'll be there in a second. But thank you all for listening to the Man Cave Happy Hour. Like, subscribe, do all those podcasty things,
in all the podcast places.
all those podcasts.
All right, I'm gonna do this. Wait, listen.
Here we
Here we
go.
go.
Nice.
Oh, there it is. The
Oh,
fresh
That's the
crack.
sound.
All right.
Love the fresh crack. So as we get connected with Jesus here,
Yeah.
it might be Jesus. I'm culturally correct tasting of it.
So I have to ask the question because I brought our guest into the stream here.
Yeah.
I can hear him.
We hear something.
What's going on, guys?
Hey,
there he
hi.
is.
Hey,
Is it Jesus or Jesus?
Jesus.
All right, Jesus.
Really close friends do call me Jesus, though, so you weren't
All right,
wrong there.
So you got a birthday coming up.
Only
So
Women always call you Jesus, right?
There you go.
Guys go with Jesus, but the ladies stick with Jesus. I get it.
I love it.
Guys call me
Yeah.
Augie. Women always call me August.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Jesus. I like to ask people this. Tell me about your childhood.
My childhood, yeah.
Yeah.
Born in Los Angeles. Moved to the Metro Detroit area when I was 7. Learned English here in the Metro Detroit area, and then I've been here ever since. So I'm.
So
I'm
you
going
say
here on
pop like you're
23 years.
supposed to, and all the proper.
It's not soda.
Yeah.
Pop.
It's pop for me. Yeah.
All right.
Good. Proper
Was
English.
was Jacob with you as well?
So our owner Jared wanted to be on. He's not with me here,
All good.
but not sure if he's gonna be hopping on at any moment or not.
All right, but so how long have you been with the what's your position and how long have you been with the Traverse City Whiskey Company?
So I am the sales specialist at Traverse City Whiskey. I've been with them now for 2 years. So besides running around trying to get anybody to buy up our stuff. We do have a tasting room in Ferndale called the
Yeah.
Outpost.
Been there.
So I'm there very often too, helping bartend and running the show there as well.
Oh, okay. Right. We'll find. Well, that's those Ferndales. That's
Well, you're
our
the
stomping
reason.
ground.
You're the reason there's no Jameson at Comos.
Yeah.
Wow, it's like you know it.
Yeah. So there you go. So Jesus, just coming up at the Whiskey Classic, you guys are going to be there. Will you be there yourself?
I will be there
Excellent.
myself. pouring
Excellent.
drinks.
We'll
Oh,
pull
yeah.
you over to the table for a minute because we'll be set up there to record as well
Awesome.
and talk to you a little bit
Yeah,
there.
So we only want your second best stories. We don't want your
Sure.
absolute best
Sure,
stories.
sure.
Tonight,
We'll
second
save that
best.
one.
Save
Second
those for
best for
Saturday.
Saturday.
Heard that.
Right.
So, but what the bottle I pulled out today and we brought in was the straight bourbon, whiskey.
Yes,
Um,
that's our flagship right there.
Okay, so that was our question. What came first? Was it the whiskey or the cherry whiskey? What came first?
This comes first. So
Okay.
the bourbon comes first here. The cherry came apart because one of our owners, Craig Fredrickson, his grandfather owns a cherry farm.
Well, you can't say Traverse City without saying cherries.
Exactly.
Right.
So
Yeah.
the cherries were, it really went hand in hand. The bourbon came first, but we wanted to make something very Traverse City, something very unique, something no one's really done at that point before. And so we hit it with cherries. So our bourbon, we take our bourbon and then we take 10 gallons of Michigan cherries and we infuse it for 2 weeks.
Wow.
And there comes our cherry whiskey.
All right, so you infuse it into per barrel or
So we
per?
make a big batch. Yeah.
Okay,
So
I was gonna say that's
they're
a lot of barrel. That is a barrel. That's more than.
It's 6 barrel batches.
Okay, all right, and so that's how you infuse that.
Mm.
All right,
Yeah.
I would
And-
think it'd be longer. Only 2 weeks, you said?
Only 2 weeks. Yeah.
Wow. I would think it would be longer because it's got that very cherry feel to it.
It is, yeah, and that's credit to the cherries that we get. Right, they're just sweet. There is some of that cherry syrup that gets in there as well too. It's not just the cherries. So
That's fair.
so Matt and I we've done the cherry whiskey. We did a tasting of the cherry whiskey here on the Man Cave, but we never did just the straight up whiskey.
Mm.
So what can you tell me about the whiskey? What's the mash bill on this fella?
So that guy is going to be 75% corn, 21% rye, and then the rest of it's going to be malted barley. And we age it for 3 years.
All right, aged for 3 years.
So very high corn. Yep.
Yeah, I don't get that high corn. There are some very corn forward bourbons and whiskeys that we've tried in the past, but I'm not getting that corn forward on this as much as I
You're
have.
corn forward.
Yeah, thanks. But honestly, I'm not getting that on this. That's actually really
I was
nice.
to say you're very sweet, man.
And it is
Thanks,
a
Augie.
bourbon whiskey,
Right.
So
Yes.
so that meeting all the bourbon requirements, which
Oh, we had our
um,
trivia last time I was here.
yeah,
Yeah.
just it
The
just
minimum
Let's
it's
let's start,
not
mash
it's
bill.
gotta be
not
at
the
least.
Kentucky. It's not the Kentucky myth.
let's start a fist fight.
Yeah, it's not the Kentucky
There
myth.
we
It
go.
just has to be these here United States of America,
Yes, sir.
and then to be a bourbon. Very often people are like, "Oh, it's not from Kentucky. How could it possibly be a bourbon?" It's like, well, because it's
Right,
made in
yeah.
America.
Yeah,
you-
just because the Kentucky
Exactly.
legislature says it doesn't make it true.
Spoken like a
Right,
true
right.
clerk. All right.
That's it. So this is proofed to 86, right? Coming in hot, 43%.
43%. Yep.
So do you have some like cast strength or barrel strengths or blow
We
your
do.
head off
Well,
versions?
what do you bring into the whiskey classic that
Yeah.
you can blow our heads off with? That didn't sound
At the
well.
whiskey classic, we're actually
What are you bringing for us
sticking
to
with
try?
our,
Drinks are
What
you
are you
Their
bringing
core
for us to
products?
drink?
Yeah, there might be some surprises in there. We'll see what I have in my bag. But for the most part, we will be having, it's going to be the Triple X straight bourbon, our cherry whiskey, our peach whiskey, and then our apple whiskey.
What is the latest and greatest one? I don't know if I'm familiar with the peach. Is that newer?
I'm
So the
googling it
peach
now.
came out in the summer, and that is
Okay.
our newest one.
All right,
Yep.
so I wasn't familiar with the peach.
Yeah, so
it's
same
the
process as
Crown
the
Royal
cherry,
peach
really.
you can't keep in stock anywhere.
Oh,
If
really?
people see that on a shelf, they grab that like bang.
Yeah.
Really?
So how's the
we decided to take advantage of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we kind of snuck in there.
So, Michigan cherries. What
Mhm.
about the other ingredients? Are the corn and your other ingredients? Where are those Michigan products as well? Those Michigan sourced?
Those are actually going to be Wisconsin.
Okay.
So our rye and
We
our
don't
corn
mind
comes from
Wisconsin as long as it's not from Ohio. We're okay with
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the peaches. Should I ask about the
The
peaches?
peaches are Michigan.
That's excellent.
There
Yes,
it is.
you're back in our graces.
Yeah.
it. Like
Yeah,
33
I didn't
bucks a
know
bottle,
that.
That's doable.
I didn't know until we came out with the peach whiskey, but I guess peaches are like top 5 in Michigan fruits grown. So
I'm surprised by that.
not
I
see
don't
that
see
coming.
a lot of peach farms
Yeah.
in Michigan.
no, I had no idea.
You must have a peach belt that we didn't know about.
No, because I'd love, I'm a Michigan guy and I'm a Detroit guy, Michigan guy, and if I can support something from the state and from the city, I will. So when my wife and I we got married, God, 13 years ago now. Holy crap!
Congratulations.
How'd that happen to a fella? But
He got
so
married in his teens.
Did you
know?
just
All
wake up
yeah,
or what?
right. But yeah, but our honeymoon, we went up to Traverse City, right? So we kept it, kept it local, did the wine thing, just kind of cruised in the city because there's cool stuff in Traverse City. But the cool thing is, if you're a Metro Detroiter, you don't necessarily have to head to Traverse City because there is the satellite tasting room. So, what are people going to find in Traverse City when they head to Traverse City, though? Proper? Is there a tasting room? Is there fun and frivolity
so
to be had?
we do also have the Still House up there, the original bar. It's got its own great patio. It's got shipping containers outside where we have, usually in the summer, we do live music. We get food trucks out there. It's fun up there in the summer for sure. And then we do also have our distillery up there. So tours are going to be starting back up next year. So that's definitely something that people can do.
I was going to say a lot of people hit the pause button on tours and things, distilleries, just because of the whole. There was a pandemic. I say it's a hoax. Still, I only had it twice, so it's got to be a hoax.
You
Because
want to hear something crazy? My deputy clerk in Clawson is doing a snowshoe wine tour.
Oh my
where
God!
they're walking on snowshoes to
And
different-
drinking wine?
and drinking wine
That's
in Traverse City, Leelanau.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you nuts?
Oh
yeah.
well,
No, they're not. They're gonna have a lot of fun.
They're going to die. They're from
I use
Farmington
fun in
Hills.
quotation.
you got to get your little life alerts on. TV, hit the button
Hey,
if
but
something goes awry.
It's hard to trek up there right now in that snow. I'll let you
It's on
know.
point being it's going year round up there. It's
Yeah.
going year round.
Do
Yeah.
you know where they went? Follow the wine drops.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Or the bodies.
All right. So, but then there's a second tasting room down here, like we said, fashionable Ferndale,
Yes.
attached to Como's there,
Yeah, right there in the hot corner.
and
Yes,
it's the
9
hot
Mile and
corner.
Woodward.
It's right there at the hot seat of all things cool and groovy in Ferndale. Is there any other tasting rooms, or are there plans for others?
No. We just have the two
Okay.
tasting rooms. There
All right.
are,
Yep.
some thoughts down the road, maybe opening a couple more, but for now, it's just the two.
Traverse City whiskey available where?
Oh, I can get
Just
that
about
everywhere.
everywhere right now in
Everywhere.
Michigan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kroger.
Are you
Meijer, Costco.
available? Are you? Oh, Costco. Nice. Are you available outside? How many states are you in?
We are now in 30 states.
All right, you got it. You're good. You guys got it. All right, that's
Yeah.
good, man.
Got a footprint.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
good stuff.
But Jesus, looking forward to meeting you this Saturday in person, shaking your
Absolutely.
hand, and really learning more of the better stories now, right?
yeah. We
You
gotta
gotta
save
bring the good
A-game
ones
stories.
out.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
All right. So definitely I'll have you cruise over to the table with if you got something special in your bag. That would be brilliant. We can talk it up and let people know about that.
We'll try it
on Saturday.
Of course.
But we appreciate you taking some time. We're looking forward to sharing the thing, and then the fundraising for the Packard Proving Grounds. Right?
Yes.
It's an amazing. Have you ever been to the Packard Proving Grounds?
I've been there for a wedding once before. It's
Okay.
gorgeous there.
So so you know the treat that you're in store for. So people need to join us. Jesus, thanks so much.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah, and thanks everybody for joining us. Right, like, subscribe, leave a comment, do all those podcast things and all those podcast places.
Yes.
Motor City Hypnotist is up next. Follow
Yes.
us along in the podcast Your Voice.
Jesus, thanks,
feed.
buddy.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Cheers.
Everybody,
Cheers.
cheers.
We'll see you Saturday.
See you Saturday. Cilantro.